Okay, I think you guys know how to get to the site, right? Y'all see this up
Yep.
here, okay?
Yep.
So easy peasy there. Okay, so to get into the back end, in other words, the WordPress back end, you're going to have to add a couple of things here. So I go to the end of the URL, and I'm going to type in WP, oops, slash
WordPress.
WP dash admin. I mean, I do this so many times, Google knows that's what I'm going to do. So that stands for WordPress administration, WP-admin. So I hit enter, and that will take us to the administration side. Well, actually, I have to log in first. And Caroline, I think I sent you your credentials, correct?
Yep.
Last week, okay. And if they don't work, just let me know, but they should work. I tested them here myself. So you'll put
Okay.
in your username or your email address, either one, and then the password I gave you. I know it's a big old honking long password, but that's for security, so no one hacks in. So once you have those two, you hit login, and shortly we will see the back end. Woohoo! Um, So this is the WordPress dashboard. This is where all the fun action happens, really, other than adding content. And so let me take you through this stuff. And I'm going to refer my notes again that I'll be sending you. So we go through each one of these items. Some are important, others not for your usage. So above the dashboard title, you'll see a house icon. You see this? So this is the dashboard title, and then there's a
Yep.
little house icon. So if you click on this at any point, it will take you to your site again, but with one major difference. See, there's your site, but now you have administrative things up here. So this
Okay.
is these are some of these are shortcuts to some of the administrative things, but I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So just hover over this ARC Products Inc. and hit dashboard. And that will take us back to the main dashboard area. Okay. So the first area here is called Jetpack. Well, there's updates, but we'll come back to that. But Jetpack. So Jetpack, if you click on that button, you'll see a drop-down list of items. Let's click on Stats. Oops, Stats. And so once you see Stats, this is going to tell you statistics of people that have visited your site. Visitors, your views, any likes, comments, etc. So as of September 5th, these are the number of views and visitors. Okay, so this is where you can get some analytics. Those of you who care about analytics, that you'll see at a very quickly. So this is really interesting stuff here, in my opinion. Let's go back to this one. That's got some good data on it, August 14th. So this will tell you that 126 views and 26 visitors. So what that means is there were 26 unique visitors to your website, and they may have come back. That's why this number, 126, is over 26. So they may have come back. Well, they did come back, because if there were only 26 views and 26 visitors, that means they only went to your site once each. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good. So 47 views of your home page, 22 views of HI&I, 19 views oil and gas, and so on. So that's how that works. And 8 to the blog. These are actual, this is an actual blog entry right here, the game changer. So there was one person that went to that. Now, some of you guys may have gone to this. I don't know. It doesn't tell me that level of, who went there. So you guys may have visited on some of these, but probably not 26 separate people. I don't know. I don't know if you have that many people there. The other interesting thing here is refers. So refers are like Google search. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, come on. So there were only, so it was only, yeah, it was only Google search so there were 17 views on Google search that day of August 14th. So people are looking at your site. And people are searching for your site. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And you can go by week if you want to. So 7 days. Oh, so here was one person looked at LinkedIn to find you. Okay, so that's some good data, I think. And let's see. So let's see. Okay, then let's go to any questions about Jetpack. I mean, really, stats is the only thing you need to know about on Jetpack. Any questions about that? Okay, no. Let's move on to the next one, which is posts. So posts are your blog entries. Okay. So in your blog entries, I added all these. I changed the author to whoever it was, because if I enter it myself, it will put admin there because I'm the administrator. But I can change who actually authored it. I built a list of categories here that I would recommend that you do as well. Unfortunately, all of them are the same. Are different. So if Mark comes up with another green chemistry blog post, then you would add green chemistry to that category. Or surfactants, for example. Okay. So moving over, we got tags, which isn't important. We got stats, so we can look and see how many people have looked at that blog, which is, again, good interesting. Because if you have one blog from a content standpoint that people are interested in, you might have a follow-up to that because they're interested in it. Okay, and then if you find that sweet spot where you might have 4 or 5 blog posts that people really like, that gives you a good indication of what you need to be focusing on. And I would highly, I can't emphasize this enough, add at least 1 new blog a month. That helps interest. People keep coming back to look, see if there's anything else, any new blogs. I mean, even if you can do it more than that, but at least once a month. And that really helps your search engine optimization, your SEO. Remember I told you there's 2 types. There's organic and there's paid. So this is organic, which is free. I mean, it doesn't cost. But the more organic, SEO friendly stuff, the more the bots like Google and Bing and those folks will be coming back and looking at your site to see if it's been refreshed. The more it's refreshed, the more value they give your site. So that's how that works. This gives the publish date and all that fun stuff. This gives you the focus keyframe. So I have not done all of these yet. This one I have. What this does is it gives, it asks you to add a word or 2 or 3 that describes what that post is about. And honestly, I'm not qualified, I don't think, to do that. I mean, sometimes it's obvious to me. Like, let's go to the game changer here. We can look at the game changer. And if we look at the code, the focus key phrase here is oil field cementing, because that was the focus of that blog post. See? So it's a couple of words.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay? I have a question. So some of these blog posts could come from vendors. So, for instance, next month I believe there's a personal care conference. One of our vendors is presenting called whatever you use to prevent sunblock, I guess. Are we allowed? So we just have to get permission from the vendor, and then can we add their post to it as well?
Yeah, I mean, if they've got posts, you can certainly copy them, but I would give them attribution at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, this is from, whoever.
Yeah, because we'll be citing them. Obviously, we want to sell their product, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So here you bring up an interesting point there, Barb, because. And I know you told me that, like Applechem and those other, manufacturers on the home page, I think there's 7 of them. You told me not to do links back to them. I did one only because they link to you. The others do not. I can tell you quickly here. Applechem linked back to you, so that gives a validity of you linking back to that page that you were talking about, that they were talking about. The others I did not, because they had absolutely nothing on your website, on their website about you, not as distributor or anything. But Applechem did, so I took an incentive and validated it only because they linked to your site specifically. But the point about linking is it's huge in SEO score, in organic SEO score. So the more people that you can link to and they link back to you on whatever page or chemical or chemistry or whatever, that gives you huge SEO scores. And that's what it's about. I mean, when people look for, any of your chemical, or not even your chemical specific names, but what they do, like the cement, for example. If they're looking for the cement chemical, that would help increase your chances of being on the home page, on the first page of a Google search result, for example. You see the value of it? I mean, backlinks are really important.
Yeah, so much of it is proprietary. You just have to think about it.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be a client. It could be anyone that knows you that has a website that has something to do with chemistry. It doesn't have to be, LBB Specialties. It could be anybody.
You could maybe look at Univar.
Yeah, so the more you think about that, I'll work with Caroline and we can, get that stuff integrated in here somewhere. Most likely it's going to be a blog post. So if you have, and this is the whole point, if someone, you get a blog post from one of your manufacturers or whoever, you need to use that as a link back to their particular page that references that chemistry or that, whatever formula. But you would definitely want to ask permission for that.
Sure.
For both sides, both for the blog post and the link back. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, so let's go back to posts. And I kind of cheated and showed you all of the good fun stuff there. So let's look at this green chemistry's 12 principles. So there is a title of the post, and that's what this is. And if I click on it, it will then take you to the post page, how you actually enter the information in the post page, okay? So this is the information that Mark gave me in a Word document, okay?
So is that cut and paste? Is that what that is?
Well, I did, but I also had to reformat because Word is not the best way to send stuff for a website because it's got all these hidden codes in it. You know, you don't see them, but they're there. So what I do is I copy the entire information from Word and put it in something like Windows Notes. Let me see, what is it? Notepad? Yeah, Notepad. Because Notepad strips out all the code that was in there. You don't, that you never see. Now, what
Right.
that will give you is basically a smush. There's no formatting, there's no paragraphs, there's no, line breaks or anything. So once I get that in Notepad, then I copy that over to this in here and just reformat it. See all these tools up here, just like, bolding, italics, indenting, numbering. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it just takes time to reformat it inside the blog post. Okay?
Yep.
Let's see. And then down here, this is some of the stuff that I've been working on and still working on. Is Google Previews. See, this one I don't have a focus keyword for, or key phrase. So if you can come up with something based on this, we can put it in there right now and just show you how it works. So
For Google Preview?
Give me two or three words. Now this is the key phrase. This is the key point. Remember I showed you that none of them had it? See the focus key phrase here? So if you get 2 or 3 words, I'm sorry?
So you could use green chemistry, right? Renewable
green chemistry, that is a really good one there. So I'm just going to do green chemistry and copy that and go down here to the focus key phrase. Now this is interesting stuff. Watch this. So if I hit paste, now I can hit get related key phrases, and I can do up to 4. So it will automatically generate them. See, key chemistry, I can add that as a related key phrase, and there's 2,900 searches for that. Okay?
Yeah.
And as well as 12 principles, green chemistry principles of green chemistry, or what is green chemistry? Maybe that's a better one. What is, because people may want to know what it is. Okay, so there's my 4. Okay, and so now I have my key phrase as well as those 4 in here. So what that does is that really helps the Google knowing what your SEO focus is. So when someone puts in green chemistry or 12 principles of green chemistry, you have a better chance of coming up in that search because of that. This is black magic stuff, man. Let me tell you. SEO is really kind of crazy stuff. And I'm a neophyte. I mean, I know enough to be dangerous. I'm not an expert, but the experts make 6 figures, so I'm a little cheaper than that. But I'm learning. So what this does is this is called a Google Preview. So if if it comes up, your search comes up, this is what it would show. See, it says, please provide a meta description by editing the snippet below. So we need to add content to this in order to maximize the information for this search result. Okay?
So it
So
makes sense then that would be the first paragraph of that post, right?
yes, yes. So boom, you're getting it.
Oh, no,
Net.
maybe not that. Maybe the last.
Where?
The last paragraph. What is the last?
This?
So, uh,
I think that may be too much. It has
well, here,
limitations.
develop products to reduce interest.
What now?
Or either number 2 or
This?
reduce negative impact. Yeah, that's what you said.
Okay. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to put this in my meta description. See how it put it up here?
Huh. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's what would show. And I need to add a period after that, or it wouldn't be grammatically correct. So I can go down this list here and keep adding more information. And advanced. No, it's insights. Yeah, it's insights. So these are the prominent words here: chemical, design, product, waste, environment, etc., etc. So it's liking that. This is interesting. It's called the Flash Reading Ease, Flash Reading Score. I don't think you really need to worry about this because the viewers of your website are intelligent and can at a high level of skill. So what this is it's if it's like at 80 or 90, that means it's like at a 5th grade level. So it's not really relevant to your website. People are going to be very knowledgeable about this content. So
Probably.
that doesn't bother me at all. Okay, so the most important thing after you add content to this is hit update. That's universal around this entire process that I'm going to be showing you. If you make any changes,
where did it say update?
update over here, the green button or the blue button rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm colorblind. I can't tell if that's green or blue, but I know it's blue.
That's okay.
I know it's blue. Okay, so one other thing I want to show you here. Okay, so this is what it will look like under on a mobile phone. On a phone, this is what it looked like on a desktop. See, it's a little more spread out. So anyway, it just shows you that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit update again, just because I like hitting update.
You've lost something before.
So what I would recommend is the next blog you get, let's do this again, and I'll show you how to add it. Because I don't want to add anything right now because it would be garbage. I mean, right? So let's do a real one when you get it. And Caroline, just let me know, and we can do a Zoom call again. And the same thing with, if you want to add some content or adjust some content to one of the pages, let's just do another Zoom, and I can walk you through that, because it's kind of hard to do it without any real content. It would just be bogus. Okay. So feel good about posts. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you one other thing about posts. Remember I told you that you can change the author, because if you add it, it will be under your name, but maybe Cameron or Mark actually authored it, so you'd want to change that, right? So if you go here under Quick Edit, this is where you can change the author. See how you have the list there?
Okay.
Right
So
here.
you would want to add. Yeah.
And
what if, so then the next question is, if we get something from a vendor, the author would be that vendor, not be one of their clients.
you would have to author one of your people here, but just give them attribution.
Okay.
Yeah, just textual attribution, or a link to them, which would probably be even better, because then that would be a backlink for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions about posts at this point?
No. You did.
Okay. Oh yeah. there was the categories too. I want to show you that. See, this is where you can give it a category.
And can we add categories?
Yes. Yeah, see over here? Categories? You'd add new category. But make them short. I think that one's too long, honestly, but the shorter the better. I didn't know how to say that other than
that could just be oil field operation
or revolution. Yeah, but the key word is revolutionize in that sentence. So
you could take today out.
Okay. The other thing about this particular area here is if you want to allow comments or not. You don't have a comment on any of these yet, but you might want to keep an eye on that. See over here, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but that would be under the comments here, and you'll see a number. See how there's like a 1 here? You might have 15 there, or 10, or 1, or 10, or whatever. And so if you go under comments, then you can say, okay, that's valid, we'll keep it, or that's some stupid Russian person wanting to put porn on your site. I mean, it happens, really. So you have to kind of keep an eye on this, maybe every 3 or 4 days. So if you see a number here, you need to go to comments and check it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's move on then. So next is media. Media is huge in that this is how you add content, pictorial content, or like a PDF, any kind of file or a Word document, something like that. So these are all the photos. Well, some are not yours. Some are the theme that I've added to the media library. These are all pictures. That's a PDF there because you can see it says PDF. That's an MPEG 4, which actually doesn't even belong there. See, some of these are the theme. The theme came with some pictures, so I just haven't dumped them. I could, but it really doesn't impact your website at all. But yeah, you'd add new, again, I want to show you how to do this the next time, maybe, if there is a picture. And I would like to format the picture, as I mentioned, because there's a very specific size and way to do it. Do you have Photoshop?
No.
Okay, I will send you a link to an online Photoshop app. It's free.
Okay.
And it does basically everything Photoshop does. Well, almost everything, not the good stuff. Any questions about media library? I mean, it's fairly obvious.
So you're saying we could pick one of the that you already have pulled up, so if applicants send us a blog, we could pick that. Should we?
What now? I'm sorry, Barb?
So what? So if we were going to put a blog post that was from applicants, do you use that media that you have there, or maybe that wouldn't make sense?
No. Any textual information, pure text, needs to go under post.
But if we wanted to put a
page.
picture, if we wanted to put a picture with that,
picture on a page.
Well,
you put pictures on pages.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't got there yet. We're about to get into pages.
Okay.
No, there are no pictures on posts. There are pictures on pages. So if I go to pages right now. Okay, so these are the pages that I added, and you'll see that's one of 2. So there's actually another page of pages. It's redundant. And so there you go. So I just added this sample page here we can play with, or you can play with if you want. That we'll come back to that. But there's another thing on here that I wanted to show you, that down the road, if your attorney or someone says you need a privacy policy, I've got that template here already. So you would just add the content the textual content to that, and we would need to add it somewhere on your website. I wasn't told you have one or you need one, but I built one just in case.
I think that was wise, and we'll get a privacy policy.
Because a lot of websites have privacy policies. The big ones do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so all these are pages. These are all your chemistry stuff that I've built. So let's go to the home page. The home page, you always know, is front page. I mean, obviously it says home, but this is the front page of Elementor. Elementor is the page builder. By the way, I didn't really explain what Elementor is. Elementor is the page builder that helps you add and format content on a page. So let's go to the home page, and what you want to do is see edit with Elementor here.
Yeah.
You never want to edit on pages. Don't hit edit or quick edit. You only want to use edit with Elementor. That can really mess a page up if you don't. Okay, so edit with Elementor, we'll go to the home page. And on the left side, we'll see all the wonderful Elementor widgets that they have available for our use. So these are all the widgets, they call them widgets, that you can use to add content or functionality to your site. Now you'll notice that you don't see the slider here. It's there because if I move my mouse over, it shows that it's there. But you don't edit the slider in Elementor, you edit the slider in the slider app, which we'll get to. But unless you want to add another one, it's not really going to be relevant for you editing it, okay? But it's there. So if you want to see this code-wise, you see this little pencil up here? If I click on that, that will show the shortcode, which is kind of like a reference code that refers back to Revolution Slider, which is what this is called. It's Revolution Slider. So this is the shortcode that references the actual slider that I have right here. So as I said, you really don't need to mess with it unless you want to add another slider or change a picture or whatever. We really don't have time to get into that today. It's a whole nother 8 hours. I mean,
is there anything?
Sorry?
Okay. What about editing text?
On your pages? We're getting there.
Yeah, like on the front page if we were going to edit the text.
That's next. So once I scroll down, you'll start seeing the text.
Oh.
See it? So this is in what they call a container. Everything, see, this is in a container too. See how when I roll over it, it does a rectangle around it?
Yeah.
So if I want to go and edit this text, remember the little pencil over here? Click. That shows you, that's the edit text editor here.
Okay.
So this is all that text right here. Okay. These are all the formatting tools that you have for the text right in here. Okay. And, you know, it's what it is. But it's very simple. You can either edit here, which I recommend, or you can actually edit directly on the page. The danger of editing directly on the page is it can get wonky. If you do it over here, it won't get wonky. Yeah, you'll start seeing stuff moving around, and it's not good. Okay, remember I showed you the save button before? Or publish? Elementor has one here as well. It's called update.
Update.
But I'm not going to update anything because we really didn't change anything. It saw that I put my mouse there and I clicked on it to that, it says, oh, you made a change, but I didn't really. Okay. And if we go down a little further, we'll see, hey, here's something else that we've added. This little banner. It's called Edit Heading. It's a heading. See up here, Edit Heading?
Yep.
There's the text right there. Also another little thing, see this at NBS space, NBSP? That is, I'm adding a single character, because if that wasn't there, watch what happens. See here? See that W? Watch what happens if I remove that. See that?
Oh,
so it's now pushed up against the left side. And I don't like that. I just add one character there just to give a little breathing space.
Did you also use the alignment thing down below?
Yeah, it's left oriented. By default, it's left oriented.
Okay.
Left justified.
But you could choose. Could you choose it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that works too.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
For also clicking. Okay.
But by default, it's left justified. And I just try to stay consistent. You know, everything is going to be left justified of those headings. Now, okay, see this? I made that little change, but I didn't really change anything. But it still wants me to update. So this is important. If you think you've screwed up something, there's always a get out of jail free card. And that is to not update, because that will then remove any of the mess up that you may have done. So the way you get out of it is, you see these three little bars, horizontal bars. If I click on that, it will take me down to exit, and watch right up here. If I hit on exit, it says leave site, changes made may not be saved. So what that does, it does two things. One, oh, I forgot to save the good stuff I made, the good changes I made, or I want to leave without making any changes because I screwed something up. So I'm going to leave that. Okay. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm back to the page in Elementor. I have this stuff down here as well, the Google preview. I did these. I've already done all these. I've made all these. I added all this stuff because it was obvious. The blogs, not so much.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah, pages is probably what you'll be adding, subtracting mostly to. You know, if you need to do any additional stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so all of these, oh, here's a good thing. So if any of your, what do you call them, TLSs?
PDF.
Your technical sheets or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
If you need to update any of those, let's say this Oil Pro Quark 1095. Yeah. So I'm going to click on that. I would have already added that PDF to the media library. Okay, that would have been my first step. Okay, so this is a link to download that PDF. See, if I click on this, it will then show the link to that PDF that I've already put in the media library.
Okay. Okay. Be okay with that.
Okay. Oh, there's one I need to change. Okay. And I haven't changed anything, so it's not telling me to update. I've not gone in here other than clicking on this, but that's not a change. I didn't make any change. I just clicked on it. So all of this stuff is straight off of your PDF document. I just copied and pasted stuff. Just so people would have the information, and then if they want to download it to share it with someone, they can click on this. Okay.
What did we have in ARC tab? I think that was on purpose. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm going to get out of that. So I want to show you some SEO, but I've still got other stuff to do here. Okay, so let's move on. The post grid, I've got all that pretty much set, so you probably won't have to do anything. And what this does is this sets up the formatting of your post, of your blog page.
Okay. Okay.
So it's already formatted. You don't need to mess with it. Yeah. Comments,
Okay.
I mentioned, are blog feedback. You have no comments yet, so you don't have to worry about
It's
that.
not. That's not a surprise. I don't see anybody commenting on that.
Okay.
It's not. It's not like it's a political post or a personal post or anything like that. Nobody
Yeah.
really has a reason.
Right. Yeah. Okay, and then underneath that we got Tablepress, and this is formatted already. This is where I added all the products. So if you have more products that you want to add, I would show you, again, I would show you how to do it because it's too involved.
Okay.
So this is like all of your products right here. I say all tables. So this is what I mean by involved. You have to put in exactly the right code over here or it won't work. This is all good stuff here. It's fun. But I'm a geek. Feedback, you won't need. It's not enabled. If people want to add comments, they're going to do that in post anyway. Elementor is the page builder I was talking about, and it's all set up. So I showed you the different widgets that Elementor can use. Let's go to that sample page real fast that I showed you, and we can mess around with it without any fear. So here's that sample page. So the sample page has no designation in the main menu. It's not listed, but we could list it if we wanted to. So I'm going to go edit with Elementor under the sample page. Okay, yeah, this is where I was playing with some formatting and stuff. So let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of that space. See, now it's telling me I changed something, so I need to update. Remember? So let's put a header up there. So I want to. I just click on it. I have a full width header. Let me show you how to make different widths. I should have shown you that first. See this plus here? If I click on that, it shows the structure. So I want a full width, or I want a 2-column, a 3-column, a 4-column, a whatever percentage, 20 by 80, or 80 by 20, and then blah, blah, blah. So a bunch of different structure here. But for the heading, I want to use a full width. And see, it's full width right here. So it's asking me to put something there. Okay. So if I go under this item here, I get back to all the widgets again. So if I click and drag heading up here, there it is. Okay. Easy peasy, right?
It is when you're talking about it.
Well, okay. But I wanted to tell you, I've added some universal styling here. So I'm going to click here again, and I'm going to go to globals. Now this isn't applicable to every website I do, but to yours, I made these presets here because I used them all the time.
Oh, that's good.
So green tab, there it is. See, I pre-formatted that because I had to use it a lot during the site. And then all I'll do is go back into here. Well, I want to edit it, and I would just change the text, unlink it, and I just go in here and change the text. Gobbledygook. Oh, y'all went away. You still there?
Yeah, we're here. Oh, you went away. Wait a minute. No, we went away. Video options. View. Wait, I don't know what happened to it.
Don't know.
Wait. We're trying to figure it out.
There you are.
There
You're
we
back.
are. But wait,
You're
we don't know
back.
where you are now.
I'm here.
How do we? Well, just a minute. Keep working on it. I see you.
Okay.
Wait.
Do you not
Okay.
see this anymore?
We got it.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to get rid of this. You see the little X here? Boom. X gone. Okay. So let's add some text and a picture just to be fun. Okay. So I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit the to structure. See, now I have left structure and right structure. So left structure, I'm going to use the text editor. Actually, let's do image first. So I'm going to drag image over here. And then I'll switch by going over here and click on text editor and dragging it there. So we have some built-in text. It's called Greek text. Okay, it's just a placeholder. So if I want to add something to this photo area, I'm going to click on, see, choose image. I just click on it. And that brings up the media library automatically. So if the picture is already in here somewhere, I just click on it and hit select. And there it is. And then text. You just grab some of this text, copy, and I'm going to go here and paste. Why did that not work? That's weird. There it is. So that's the paste, or the copy I just pasted out of my little tutorial thing here. Okay. And then you can size this, going over here on image size. Preferably, you size it in Photoshop. The size actually needs to be. You don't want to necessarily have to scale it bigger than what it is because it degrades the quality of the image. You can make it smaller, but you don't want to blow anything up that's not the native size. So full would be the native size, and you see that's the size. Or I can make it a thumbnail, which looks bad, but you can do it. And then you have all kinds of different things that you can justify. Again, left, right, center. There's many more things you can do with this. It's just, I'm just glossing over stuff. So anyway, that's the way you add these widgets to a web page, and you just format them accordingly. Again, the text, you can change things. Like if you want to make stuff bold, see this is already bold here. It came in bold because I'm using, I use Google Word or Google Docs, and it's friendly to the formatting here, unlike Microsoft Word. I can write stuff in Google Docs and literally copy and paste it over here, and it keeps the formatting. Which is why I like Google Docs more than Word. And it's free.
Maybe Google Docs is in.
And I know, Barb, you don't like giving information, but Google is really good. And so many people use it. I'm just saying, reinforcing, I understand where you're coming from. I believe your premise, and I am very wary as well. But there are just some things that are pretty much universal in the web, and Google is one of them. Okay, enough said.
We understand.
Okay. So if
Interesting.
I want to remember this little shortcut, if I messed up and I don't want any of this here, I want to revert back to how it was. What do?
Don't do update.
I exit
Delete.
without
Yeah, three
updating.
lines. Yeah.
Exit without updating.
Ooh, remember. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
And it didn't go away.
All right. So that takes me back to that sample page. And okay. So where do we get to? We got to Elementor, right? Okay. Elementor. We talked about it. Again, if Caroline, if you need to make changes, I'd prefer just to be online with you the first time you want to do it, and that way everything will be cool. Templates aren't needed. Appearance is very important, but you shouldn't have to do anything with it. It contains your WordPress theme and your child theme and your parent theme. I use GeneratePress for just about everything I build almost. So the concept of a theme is a house foundation. You don't have rooms, you don't have furniture, it's just the foundation, the roof and the sides. And you build the insides with the page builder, which is called what? Elementor, right. So Elementor, the page builder, adds the furniture and the walls and the bathroom and all that to the website. Okay.
So,
yeah.
So shouldn't there be, under appearance, shouldn't there be like a page that we're generally using?
Okay, I didn't catch all that. Under appearance.
So I should just not say anything. We probably shouldn't have to mess with it. We shouldn't have to mess with it, right?
You should not have to mess with this. This is a part of our quarterly updates. I'm going to take care of this part. You don't need to. Yeah, customize is where you put in custom code for your site. You won't need to do any of that. Widgets I mentioned. Menus. Okay, menus. If you do need to add another menu, see, these are your menus right now and the current structure of them. Just, let me know and I will add the menu. And, if you have some content, I can throw that in. And I would like for you, Caroline, to be on that, so I show you how to do it. I mean, I can't think of anything else you need, but if you do, we can add it. Okay. Let's see, plugins, and you see the one next to it. That means there's an update. Oh, there's 2 updates that we need to do. So this is stuff that I will take care of again. It's part of the quarterly maintenance deal. So these are all the plugins that are being used on your site. And if I go down here, I will see, there's updates to Yoast, both the regular and the premium, which you have the premium. So it's not very invasive to the site. There are some things like Elementor here that affect your website, and if for whatever reason there's something not compatible with the new update of Elementor, it can break your site, which isn't good. So if there's something that's impactful like Elementor, I will back up your site first, then I make the update, and if everything's hunky-dory, then it's good. But I always back up the site first if there's something very impactful, an impactful upgrade. These are not impactful at all.
We would just email you and tell you that.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Yeah, I'll take care of all this stuff. But just to show you, I'm going to update. See, this is telling me it's 21.0, so 21.1. See, that's very small update. So I have no fear. I'm going to update it. It's updating, and then it says updated. Crash.
Okay.
and then I'll do the premium version just the same way. And just because I'm me, after these update, I will go to the site and make sure everything is working. And it will be, because it has no impact on the code, really. So, okay. Go back to dashboard. Let's see, and we were at plugins. Users. Okay, this is important. This is something you'll be doing yourself. You'll be adding more users. If anyone else in your company needs access to add content, subtract content, but I've got the main ones here, you and Mark and Cameron. So if you need anyone else, like if they want to do a blog post, you will need to add them to the users.
Okay. But isn't it better if she can add posts that they write, right? She doesn't.
Yeah, and she can add it. She can add the post and just needs to remember to change the author.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've got the username of the person, the name, the email, that they're an editor. Okay, so they can make changes as well as you, Cameron. Caroline, you can make changes to the site. You're not an administrator, but once you feel comfortable, I can make you administrator. So if I get hit by a bus, I mean, I've got a backup just in case. But if I get hit by a bus, you can do anything to the site yourself. Okay. I'm not planning on getting hit by a bus, though.
No, please don't do that. Yeah, please don't do that.
So, like, Caroline, if we look at yours, under Edit, these are all the things that we can change. Administrator, but like I said, you're an editor. First name, last name, nickname, display name publicly as in your email, which is required, and down here, if you want to add a picture of yourself, you can do that. You as an author, or pardon me, as an editor, can send a reset link to a person if they lost their email. Pardon me, if they lost their the password. You can only do this though as an administrator. You can't do it as an editor. If someone leaves a company and they've got blog posts, I mean, God forbid, let's say Mark leaves, he's got blog posts. You want to keep those blog posts, but you don't want to let him get back into the site. You could just go in here and change the password. Okay.
Well, that's easy.
Okay. And that's about it for users. Tools. Let me go back down here in my notes. Tools, you won't need to deal with tools. Settings, I have all the settings set. I know that's redundant. So you won't have to mess with those. Yoast SEO. Okay, Yoast SEO is pretty cool. It does the analytics for you. There was a time where I had to give a customer access to the back end of the WordPress installation. It's called cPanel, and that's where they get all the analytics from. But Yoast does a real good job and kind of consolidates things nicely. What I showed you before, you know, the users and viewers and stuff. So this is what does that, is Yoast SEO. So very good stuff there. Slider revolution. Remember I mentioned that the slider wasn't shown. You didn't see it because it's here. So I just give it a code to go look at. It's called a oh God, I can't remember. I've got brain fart. There's a code that I put in on that page that basically references back to this slider. So if I want to look at the slider, if you want to edit, if you want to add a new one, if you want to change something, whatever, this is where you do that. So it's basically, it lets you bring stuff in. See, this is all animation stuff.
Okay.
You set the animation levels and where everything is in the frame, and you have to be aware that this works both for desktop, notepad, or notebook, tablets, and mobiles. So each one of these gets its own settings so that it will be viewed properly in each of those screen sizes. Okay, but again, I would show you, I'd do it with you over your shoulder. Wordfence is your security system. It's a firewall for your site. And I will go in there, probably, I don't know, once every couple of weeks and look and see if anyone's been messing with you. And you can see today there's already been 56 attacks on your site. For the week, there were 504. I mean, this is very common. There's bots out there. They're constantly trying to break into sites. So that's why I've got Wordfence, because it does a really good job.
That's crazy.
See, this
500.
over 24 hours to it's already gotten over 16 million attacks on the Wordfence network. That's how many attacks it's already done in 24 hours. It's kept away. Not your site. I mean, your site's a part of it. This is all Wordfence networks. So yeah, there's people that will go to hell for sure. So
one of those who cares questions. Why would somebody do that?
they're just evil.
Crazy.
Evil people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So you won't need to mess with it. Lightspeed cache is what speeds up your site, so people don't have to wait too long. So this is all the stuff that I do on the back end. Check and make sure that your it's called caching, that your cache is active, and sometimes I have to flush it. Much like sometimes you have to flush your browser, of stuff that's in there. This is flushing your website cache, not just your browser, but the entire website. So we made it through this. That's good, right? So do you want to add a new page from scratch and show you how to do that, or do you want to wait until you actually have one that you need, or a post, or use add Elementor? I mean, post would probably more applicable to you.
Something I'd be doing more than anything.
I mean, I could show you. We could do a dummy one and not publish it. So that way you can see how content is put in if you want, or we can wait until you actually have one and we can do it then. Your call.
I mean, what I would do is if you go to applicant website, if they have different talk about it, right?
Well, isn't there a dummy one right now? Just
Okay.
the process of posting.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then once I get the real one, I can call and they'll do that again.
I'll go get my Sony and you can just ask them. No, you don't need it. Okay.
Okay. Let me get this set up real fast here, as fast as I can. ARC website. See, well, I've got everything organized by project numbers here. Okay, let's see. Blog post. Here they are. How about that? Okay, so this is the Word document, and this is what I made in text. I just copied it over. So let's just use that. Do I need to show you how to export?
No.
Okay. So this is what it comes out to be. See how it's unformatted?
Yeah.
I mean, content's there, but it's unformatted. So let's make a new blog post. So post, add new. And there it is. So we'll call this
Test? The thing is
dummy.
test, so we don't keep it.
Dummy.
You mean?
And what I want to do is select all. You're not seeing this. And paste it right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add a empty space here, and I can do prevent waste and make that bold, and I just go down all the way here and adding a space, and I just add a space, and again, this is how it looked on Word. What I try to do is when I rebuild it as a post, I try to copy the formatting that I got in Word. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay.
And so if you wanted to, when you see 1 through 12 there, if you wanted to move it over, you could highlight the whole thing and just move it, right? You're below that. See where number 1 is? See where number 1 is?
Like that.
Oh. I was thinking about just moving it over. You know how in Word you can move all this over?
God,
It's not.
tabbing it over.
You could just tab it over. I was thinking, no, here it is. There's
Oh, yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
I want to
Align
make
the whole thing.
let's say I want to make that bigger.
Yeah.
See, these are the different heading sizes. So let's go
Oh.
heading 3. So there's that.
Okay.
And they give you the
Looks a little like Word.
relative sizes. So that's the biggest. Let's call it an H1, H2, H3, all the way down.
Yes.
That's paragraph. Paragraph is this stuff. Okay, so once that's done, then we need to scroll down a little bit, and I would give it a focus keyword based on whatever the content's from. We talked about green chemistry before, right?
Yeah.
So green chemistry, and then I'd click get related key phrases, and I can do up to 4 key phrases, right? That have something to do with this. And then I would see how it picked up the name, dummy,
Yeah.
there, see? And then I need to add meta description by picking, let's just go and pick some of this stuff, it doesn't matter, and put it down here in the meta description. And then that comes up here. Okay?
You have the first paragraph in there.
And that's really all you need to do other than adding which category it is. So I'm going to add that to green chemistry, right?
Can you add it to more than once?
Yes, you can.
So you just select this one. Okay.
Yes. Yep. And then if you want to add a new category, it's right here. See that?
Okay.
Okay. Now what? So let's say I'm finished with this. What do I do next?
That's the update one. Or publish is just new.
Yeah. But I don't want to publish this because it would be on your site.
Because it's the sample, but yes, it would be published.
But I can save it as a draft. And so the draft will not publish it on your site.
Okay.
But it keeps it saved. So if you want to go back and make changes, make sure it's okay, there you go.
Okay.
And if you want to preview, you can preview. And it will show you a preview of what it looks like, or what it would look like if it was real.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What saves the heading and everything? I'll do that again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then how do you add the author before you publish it?
I'm sorry?
Well, that could be cool.
How do I add what?
The author, like change the author.
The
Not
author.
publish it
Okay.
first?
Yeah. Let's see. Since this is not, Let's see if this will work. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Oh, I didn't hit save, did I? So if I go here under quick edit, see right now it's got me as the author. So if I hit quick edit, I can come here and change it to whoever. Remember, they have to be a user. You have to have them as a user. And you hit update.
Yeah.
And then if we go back and look at it, it will show Caroline.
Okay. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
I think that's the thing I'll be doing most. So.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have most hands-on with. And we'll definitely call you first.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
I feel confident. Okay.
So
I'm amazed by them.
I'm gonna go on and trash this.
Okay.
Trash. Okay. There it goes. So what else? What else can I show you, ladies, or do you have questions about at this point?
No, that was it. I just seeing that made it easier. So I think I'm comfortable with that. And then like anything bigger than that or major, adding a product, I will call you and you can get it.
Mm-hmm. See under stats here, the game changer. We know that at least one person looked at it from the. Well, two people looked at it.
Huh.
So it was August. Yeah. And it will show you the actual day. It was August 14th, that week.
Cool.
So
Cool.
August the 14th.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Makes you feel like you have a little bit more control. I feel better about that. And you just need to be diligent about taking stuff.
Well, then you have to head in the right direction on
If we're getting feedback. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nice stuff. Thank you.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty proud of this site. I think it looks great. It works great, and you guys gave me some good. You guys gave me some good challenges and getting the content in there, and
well, yeah. And the really good news about this test is that it does exactly what we thought it would do in terms of what we want our customers seeing and referencing. I think it does all of that, and that's pretty sensational. Yeah. So we're going to, I think in October there are 2 conferences that are personal care. We'll definitely see what comes through that.
So one thing you want to make sure if you get new business cards or anything, this isn't www.
This is not?
No.
Oh, okay.
It never has been, really. It never has been. But what you didn't have in the past is the little S there after the HTTP. You never had that. You never had that. And that killed your Google. That killed your Google search SEO. Not having that S there, which is what that means is security. Google will not show some sites that don't have HTTPS. So now you got it. So now you got it. So yeah.
Check people's
so our business cards need to be set, and it needs to be
HTTPS.
Or does it have to be that, or can it just be airsandproductinc.com?
https://arcproductsinc.com.
Okay.
That's the official.
That is hilarious that we didn't get that. That's funny. How could we have missed that? Okay. Onward and upward.
Okay. And Bill had to add that security. I can't do it because I don't have access to the domain.
You know, okay. So I have to call Bill this morning anyway, so I have to ask him. So show me how that should look.
What now?
So you know how we talked about in Google, it's the chemical manufacturer versus distributor or whatever we landed on?
Yeah.
So that's, he has to fix it there? Sure. Thank you.
Now let me exit out of this. Let me go to a different browser because it's going to show. It's going to show up. Okay. Come on, Firefox. You don't need to do an update. Yes, you do. I know.
I like Firefox.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird browser in the world of website building. It doesn't follow all of the standards, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Let's do ARC products. Yeah, see this? I added it. I got it done.
Yeah, wholesalers good.
Yeah.
But you said we have to change, what do we have to change on here? You said Bill has to change it.
I added your LinkedIn.
What are we changing? Mm-hmm. So it says, oh, go back up. Go back up. It says S. HTTPS. That's not a.
HTTPS : /
And, but where would it works now?
Maybe they didn't have it before.
Oh, but you said Bill had to change it. Did I
Bill had to
that?
add the security certificate.
Oh,
because
that's done.
Because he has access to your domain registrar. I don't.
Oh, yeah, we went through all that before that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's correct now.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm.
Okay. I wasn't a business card.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Send us your, do we have your final bill? Do we pay your final bill?
I can send it. Yeah, you do not. But if you feel like
You can
everything is in good shape,
yeah. Mm-hmm. This would be the time to ask me for money. Just email it to me, and I'll send it to Dave. I'll take care of it this week.
okay. Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank
gig.
you.
I've
Thank
had
you,
fun
Dave.
with it.